Yeah, we are live. That's how it goes down. You know what I'm saying? You are with me right now. Your boy Strick. We're live on Strick City Live, and I have an incredible show for you today. But I want you to do right now what I am doing. You say, Strick, what are you doing? Well, right now, I am sharing this show. Like literally, I'm going into Facebook. And while you are watching me, so everybody know this is like real live, I'm sharing it to two of my pages so that everybody, including mama them, can see me because I'm on TV tonight. Okay, it's Facebook, it's YouTube, and it's Twitter through Periscope. So people may ask, well, Strick, what's your favorite? And I got to tell you, my favorite is YouTube. People watching us on YouTube, they can scream it on their television. Me and on your television is like the coolest combination. Like this face was made for your television. You know what I'm saying? We were meant to be together, me and you. So share this. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do real quick. While I am sharing, I got to bring my girl Aglo on. She decided to come on tonight. You know what I'm saying? She's feeling a little better. And you know what? Hey, why not be on with Strick tonight? So I'm bringing her on. Hey.
Hey,
Oh,
hey
you
y'all,
asked
hey.
me before we started to tell you about your braids, and I'm gonna allow you to take a second to kind of move. Never mind. It's all good. How you
You
doing
know
today?
what? Trick? You know what? I don't. You know what? I'm not even gonna do this with you, but I am great, man. God has been so good. He has just been moving in my life lately, and I am just so thankful. And I'm happy to be here tonight with you. It's been a few minutes, or well, it's been a few weeks, but here we are, you guys. Alo is back, and I have missed you, Strick City. How are
So,
y'all
so
doing?
is it that simple? Hey, you could just come and go as you please. Is it just like that? You could just be here 1 week and not be here.
I mean, well, you told me I can come whenever I want to. So,
Man, listen, it's the honest God truth is, hey, you come whenever you get ready. You know what I'm
and I
saying?
appreciate you. I've been busy though. So I'm not going to say that I've been wanting to not be a part of the shows. It's just been, life happens. And also, too, while I have the microphone, I want to shout out to the homie GI Magus. And I am wearing his shirt tonight. Price is going up. Y'all download his new album, Versus the World. It is on iTunes, everywhere you can get it. And you can see what I'm talking about with the prices going up, man.
Okay, I'll give you a GI Maggot shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you that. Actually, I want to see the whole thing. I'm gonna put the camera on you so I can see the whole thing. I see you. You know, prices going up. That's cool and all, but I gotta represent for my homegirl. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? I gotta represent for my homegirl. So, uh, I hope y'all see that. My girl Seven Rich. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my girl Seven. Got her shirt on tonight. You know, we support our people. That's just how it goes down. We support our people. So this is what I want to do tonight. As we have a couple of things that we want to talk about. I'm going to start from the top. Tomorrow, there's a special day in my household. My wife's birthday is tomorrow. So
Oh,
yeah. So that means that we're not gonna be doing a show on Thursday. I listen, she's taking the rest of the week. So I gotta make sure that I am available. Okay.
okay.
But
So what are you doing?
huh?
Do you
It's
have a
really
surprise?
oh yeah, everything is a surprise. Like I mean,
Ooh,
but
nice.
every day is her birthday with me, right?
Oh, really? We'll have to talk to sis about that.
That's funny. Listen, so we're doing something special for everybody to celebrate her birthday. We want you guys to celebrate with us. You can always go online. Well, I'm asking you to go online to kimscottmusic.com. We have a birthday bundle where we're giving away the latest CD, T-shirt, coffee mug, and
Yeah.
one other item, and it's $45. It's a birthday package. Please help me. KimScottMusic.com. Y'all go out there and purchase the birthday bundle.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
yeah,
go
yeah.
do
We need
that.
y'all to
What's the
do that.
website again?
KimScottMusic.com is where you can get the birthday bundle. If you don't know, my wife's name is Kim Scott. She is a jazz flutist, and we have merchandise on the site. So you get all of her merchandise, including the latest CD that has two. Let me see if I can put this in the frame. two number one Billboard hits on it.
Yes, yes, sis. Yes, sis.
And while we talk about number one Billboard hits, can we
Mhm.
not talk about my man PMJ for just 1 second?
Oh, we have to. That performance, like the video on Sunday at the Stellar Awards. First of all, PMJ's on the Stellar Awards. Like we didn't see that coming. The album is crazy. Okay.
Listen,
He's been number one in the Billboard top 10 charts for like how many weeks now? Like it's
he
big. It's
did 10 weeks. He did 10 weeks. So he's not on the Billboard charts right now for Big, but that song was on the number one gospel, well, Billboard gospel chart for 10 weeks at number one. So that's not including the weeks that he was actually on the charts, but just at number one on the charts, which is huge. So let me tell you how his success is redefining, help me out, A, redefining, there you go, redefining what we talk about when we say creatives, artists, musicians, actors, and all this kind of stuff. You got to leave Birmingham in order to be successful. Listen, from what PMJ is doing, Pastor Mike McClure Jr. is doing is outstanding, and he's
Yes.
still at home. He is still a homeboy. He's still all Birmingham. He's still the pastor of the rock, and his stuff rivals what you would see people do from anywhere. I mean, looking at what he did, the remix of Big and the imagery, the video that he did, man, that's right along with what Kirk is doing.
Right.
Hey, can I say that? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I believe from what I saw. I'm like, man, this guy, he's standing beside Kirk Franklin right now.
Seriously. Seriously. And that's our brother. That's our friend. Like, super proud of you, PMJ. Keep being a blessing. That's beyond big.
That's beyond big. Like you said it. You said a mouthful when you said
Yeah.
that, and I'm so encouraged by what he's doing to him, his wife, his family, to Rock City, his church. You know what I'm saying? The Rock, they have to be super proud of their pastor and all that he's done. But of course, they get it every week. You know what I'm saying? As far as him being able to preach and minister. Everybody's doing a little different right now because of COVID. You know, everybody's doing it online. But man, I am so impressed, and that's like his third video performance
Yes.
from Freedom Fest to he did something with another radio station, like a Summerfest kind of thing, gospel thing, and now the BET Awards. Excuse me,
Hello,
Stellar
Award.
Awards,
Yes.
and I'm like at all at what I got a chance to see from him. So this is really cool, really
You
cool.
know what's next for him, right?
Say that
Grammy.
again.
You know what's next for him?
What do you think?
The Grammys.
Well, before the Grammys, let me give you one. It's the Dove
Yeah.
Awards. I heard he was nominated for Dove,
I
and
mean, he already is nominated. I'm putting it into fruition that he is going to, is that the right word? He is going to be nominated for a Grammy.
hey,
Watch.
both of us can't try to find words today. Like somebody's got to already have the words, and the other person asked for them.
I have a dictionary somewhere. Don't worry.
Okay,
I'll find
cool,
it in a minute.
cool,
We'll have,
cool.
but
That's what's up.
shouts out to everybody who is tuning in, who is already tuned in tonight to Miss Angela Woods McClure. We're talking about your baby, lady.
That's what's
Shout
up.
Yes, shouts out to Kenneth Cougar. Shouts out to Jonicia Spencer. Hey, sis, love you. Shouts out to my Uncle Ed Harris. Shouts out to Nikki. Shouts out to Minister Tangi. Shouts out to Miss May. Shouts out to Rashad. Y'all, we appreciate you guys rocking with us tonight. It's going to be an awesome show. Y'all hang in there. Our guest is on the way.
So, hey, we hadn't asked anybody to share. This is what I want to do today. If people actually share this video today and they put their Cash App in the comments where I can see them, so that's the caveat. I need to be able to see them. So if they put them in your watch or somebody else's watch, I can't see them. But if I can see their Cash App in tonight before we leave, I'm asking you to help me out. Hey, we're going to Cash App somebody tonight.
Ooh, live stream.
Live, like I'm having phone problems, but for all intents and purposes, as long as this phone works, with Cash App for you tonight. I gotta make
Okay.
sure I clear everything out. So that's the deal, for real. We're gonna Cash App somebody tonight And thanks for sharing this information. Why are we asking people to share the video? I have a guest on tonight. All right, that I extremely respect the work that he's putting in. All right, and I want everybody to know who he is. All right, I want everybody to know who he is and get the content that we're going to be sharing tonight. There's going to be some information that you get tonight that's going to bless you, change your life. Did I sound like a pastor when I said that, eh? I really felt like I did. There's going to be some information that's going to bless your life.
I mean, well, you are Pastor Strick now, aren't you?
I am Pastor Strick. There's nothing I could do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Big shouts out to everybody at the Star. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for watching tonight, too.
Okay, so you have to say the rules one more time for my people in the back.
Who you got in the back? Who's in the back?
Strick, it's like a figure of
No, I
speech.
clearly understand that. So for everybody that didn't get it, all I'm asking you to do is share the video. I've already shared the video earlier today on both my pages. I need you to share them on your pages so all of your friends and family can actually see this interview tonight. All right? If you do that, I'm then asking you to come back in the comments, put in your Cash App. All right? I tell you what, hey, we're going to make it really simple. The first person that does it is it. They won.
Okay, look, does that count for me? Hold on, wait.
No, it don't count for you. It don't count for you. And now it's over with. I'm not even talking about it anymore. I'm done. I'm done talking about it.
So I can't even get the Cash App if I'm the first person because I've already shared the video. I just need to.
I shared it twice. I mean, this would be like giving it to me if I give it to you.
It's not the same thing. Your money ain't my money, homie.
Yes, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, hey.
At all. But shouts out to everybody in Strick's page too. Hey Terrence Carlton, and shouts out to the beautiful Kim Scott Strickland. Happy early birthday, beautiful. And y'all go get that bundle, okay? Kim Scott Music.com. Hey, look at God. Okay.
I know, right? You didn't have to write that down or read it.
And God is good. Thank you for easy website. Speaking of, tonight our guest has a easy website, and I'm thankful for that too. Because if I kept forgetting, all I had to do was remember his name, and then I will have the website. And we're going to get to him in just a few moments. But you guys, we wanted to give you an opportunity to share this video and to drop your Cash App because we're trying to bless one of you guys tonight. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Somebody's going to get a blessing, right?
Right, somebody.
So are you ready, A? I'm ready. Let's go ahead and introduce our guest for tonight.
Yes, I am always, as always, excited about the guest that we have. Strick, you have been picking some incredible people for us to be able to have on the show, and it's just been a wonderful thing to be a part of. But tonight, we have a speaker.
Hold on, A, let me interrupt you really quick. I'm just doing this only because I like interrupting you. I only met this guy like a couple of years ago, and he actually came to New Rising Star Church to speak at one of our events, and I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know. I kind of knew of him, and, of course, everybody knows about the Sparks family here in Birmingham, but I didn't personally know about him. And, man, I got all his stuff and was just like I was an instant fan at the time. But I interrupted you. You were saying something?
No, I wasn't saying nothing. But but our guest tonight is a 4-time published author. He is a speaker. He is a coach. He is a podcaster, and he is a speechwriter. He is a alumni of Ramsey High School and as well as the University of North Alabama. And he is also the former executive director of the YMCA. So yes, y'all give it up for me. Y'all get some snaps, some fingers, whatever you got to do, claps, and give it up for our guest for tonight, Mr. Anthony D. Sparks. Yay!
There he is. Got him in the building. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem, man. I mean, the question I gotta have is how you sit through our intro and not go crazy. Like, I mean, between me and A-Lo just talking about random stuff, like, how do you even sit through that? So thank you so very much for your patience, dude.
Man, please. It's organic. I love just being in the mix, man, seeing y'all do what you do.
Man, and we love the number one, if nothing else, you gotta know that me and A-Lo love doing it together. Like, it's spontaneous. We like it that way. But today we have a guest, brother. 4 books. Let's talk about it, man. How did you actually get started in being a motivational speaker? Because I guess that was first, right?
Uh, yeah, technically. Man, I started speaking probably. I think I did my first legit speaking engagement when I was in high school. Um, a junior, senior in high school, first legit speaking engagement. And then it just kind of kept growing from there, bruh. And as they say, man, the rest is history. Been doing it now for it's crazy to even put numbers to it, but if I had to, it's been about 18 years now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
18 years and you started out in high school speaking.
yeah.
Like, so what happened when in high school you spoke for that first time and did it just click for you? And you said, man, I really want to do this for the rest of my life.
Well, man, it's funny because I come from I guess a line of of men who know how to talk a little bit.
Right, right,
Um, my,
right,
my dad is, of course, my dad is a pastor.
right.
But before he was pastoring, he was speaking. And then my uncle, he's also a pretty prolific speaker, at least in my mind. I mean,
No,
he's
no,
one
in
of,
our mind
yeah.
as well, your uncle
All right,
is
well,
a
good,
great speaker. He's up there on
good.
the list, brother.
I agree.
He is.
I agree. I agree. I'm glad I'm not by myself on
No,
that.
you're not by yourself on that one.
For
Um,
our
so
for our viewers, who is your uncle? Could you please let us know? Even though I know, but
yeah,
for
yeah,
us.
most def. My uncle is Cedric Sparks, and he currently serves as the chief of staff to Mayor Randall Woodfin for the city of Birmingham.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So I guess it's
great
just
friend of
kind of
ours,
just kind
great
of came
friend of
natural,
Strick City and all of that. You know, we
no doubt.
worked together like for a very long time, and that's why
Yep.
I said earlier, you know, I just met you a couple years ago because I didn't know, you know, and to be honest with you, I could have met you earlier and just would have thought I was meeting said or something. You know,
Yeah.
like, hey man, hey, that's said over there. But I remember you from the YMCA and all that. I do
Yep.
remember that. I do remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. So I guess, man, just to answer that question in terms of the speaking piece, man, it's funny. I didn't know that I wanted to do it for the rest of my life until probably about 2014, which was around the time I published my first book. Because I was kind of following the model that my uncle and my dad had set, and that was, you work a 9 to 5, you do great things in the community in your quote unquote day job, and on the side you speak, you try your best to inspire and impact people, etc. And so that was the model I was following. I started my career at Regions Bank, was doing some speaking on the side from that, and then when I went to the Y, that elevated the speaking platform a little bit more. And then around about 2014, roughly 4 years into my Y stint, I was like, I kind of got that feeling of, okay, it's something else I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Got
And,
you.
and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Well, man, hey, dude, that's a huge snowball to go from speaking and working and deciding, hey, I want to do this all the time. Like, you know, based on like your dad and your uncle and everybody in your family. I mean, did you go through that thing where, hey, you might be a starving artist, you're not doing it the right way?
Oh man, absolutely. Man, something that a lot of, well, I won't say a lot of people because it's a story I've told from the stage numerous times, and also I told the story on one of my podcast episodes. But after my YMCA stint, I left there in 2016. Went to work for another company, another agency for a little bit, and actually, man, I was fired from that job. And
Wow.
yeah, yeah, and it took me so long to get to the point of being able to be able to say that and not feel ashamed because man, to be honest with you, the firing was probably the best thing that could have happened to me professionally.
Mhm.
Uh,
Okay.
because it was almost like God knew what I wanted to do. Of course, I've been praying about it for at that time, roughly 3 years, and He knew that I wasn't just going to leave. Everything had to kind of be lined up perfectly. Like I was like, okay, once my side income replaces my main income, I'll make the jump.
Right.
Mhm.
It was like, man, at what point would that happen? And so it was almost like how a mother bird has to push her baby bird out of the nest to fly.
Right.
Mhm.
That's kind of what God did, man. He troubled that thing. He pushed me out, and man, I hadn't looked back ever since, and that was 3 years ago.
Wow. Wow, that's a great perspective. The Bible says all things work together for our good, and that was just another example of that.
That's right.
Um, so I have to ask you, you said your first speaking engagement was in high school. What
Mhm.
did you talk about in high school, and who asked you to speak?
Ooh, um, man, what was it? It was, I think it was at. there- I used to do. I really kind of got my feet wet speaking,
Mm,
in the old school. I say old school. A lot of churches still do Sunday school, but in the old school Sunday school circuit. Uh,
okay.
and
Uh-huh.
so they had what was called Sunday school reviews,
Uh-huh.
and so I remember it was one summer. I think I got asked to do like four different churches to review their Sunday school lessons, which was when all the classes came back, sat in the sanctuary, and the guests would come up and kind of summarize and give just kind of perspective on what the lesson was for that Sunday morning. And so that's how I first started legitimately speaking.
Okay.
If you ask me what that first one was, I could not tell you.
Hey, Anthony, let me say this. That's very similar to my testimony. So while you're
Wow.
saying that, I gotta shout some people out. So I grew up in
Okay.
this Baptist church in Opelika, Alabama, right?
Nice.
And the Sunday school teacher was Navalette C. Royal, and she was like, I don't know, mama number two for me. And I never did a Sunday school review. So all the classes had to do Sunday school review. I didn't start
Hmm.
it doing it until I got kind of like in her senior class. So it was
Okay.
sometime in high school. And once I got in front of those people and I didn't like have like the nervousness, I knew the
Hmm.
material because she was a
Right.
great teacher. And that's where I learned that I had the gift to speak in front of folks was
Yeah.
doing Sunday school review. That is so
Yep.
ironic that somebody else
Yep.
has that same testimony. That
Yep.
is really cool. So I wanted to share that, and I want to shout out Navalette C. Royal from Miss C. Royal from Opelika as well. So go ahead.
Most
Yeah,
deaf. Most deaf.
that's what's up. And so, how many? Okay, you've done, I'm sure, thousands of speeches by now, because I mean, you're a motivational speaker. Where do you get your topics from?
Um. Well, I'm gonna say this, and I know it's the term but I don't even consider myself a motivational speaker.
Okay.
I think that's to me it's a semantic thing.
Mhm.
Um. I'm a speaker, and I think what I do is more along the lines of, and some people interchange them, inspirational, motivational, etc. But I just say speaker, because sometimes it's not motivating. Sometimes it's teaching. Sometimes it's training. Sometimes it's educating.
Mhm.
Um, so that is what it is. But I think it's safe to say that, and again, Lord knows, I don't want to sound all gospely and godly and everything.
Tell the
But
truth, man.
I mean,
Tell the
it
truth.
is
Let
what
it
it is.
out.
Yes.
It is what it is, man. But literally, it's my topics are typically God inspired, and that's whether I'm speaking in a church or to a corporation. Um, God is present in all of it. Now, just because I don't say Jesus, don't mean I ain't showing Jesus.
Right.
Okay.
And so so a lot of the corporations that I speak for, and the secular organizations I speak at, it's still inspired by God because He knows what they need better than I ever could, and so He downloads it. I try to put it into I guess framed up, give it to them how they can receive it, and we roll from there.
Yes, you're the vessel. You're
That's
the
it.
vessel.
That's it.
Okay. Also, too, I have to ask you, and I know we're kind of moving far along, but where did you get the title from for your crock pod conversations?
Yeah.
Pod.
So pretty cool thing in terms of the podcast.
Mhm.
Officially a year old this month.
That's what's up.
And
Okay.
yeah. So one year ago around this time, I dropped the first episode, and the title, I was just kind of thinking of, okay, what's something. well, I'm big on crock pots as opposed to say microwaves, uh,
Okay.
because typically if you want it to be good and flavorful and rich and all of that good stuff, you put stuff in the crock pot.
That's what's
Slow
up.
cooker.
That's
Yes.
it. That's it. And so I wanted my podcast to kind of emulate or mimic that. It's a place where you get fullness, you get richness, you get quality cook, you get quality, I guess, quote unquote meals presented to you. It's not just microwave stuff. It's stuff that's been well thought out. It's stuff that's been like I said, divinely inspired. It's stuff that will stick with you when you leave, or
Mm.
when you finish listening to it. And so I'm like, all right, so crock pot conversations, and then I was like, oh, pot pod, we can make that happen. And so that's how it became crock pod conversations, just to play on the crock pot and then conversations.
So, what are some
Nice.
of the stuff that you would talk on about in your podcast?
Man, I hit a wide range of things, man. Like one of my episodes, kind of going back to what we talked about a few minutes ago. One of the episodes I dropped was called "I Lost My Job, but I Found Myself,"
Okay.
Mhm.
and that talked about their firing and how it was actually a blessing in disguise. Um, I did a whole relationship series titled Relation Tips that
Okay.
was based on my relationships book. I talk a lot about purpose and dreams and really, man, just navigating life. So the reason why also it's crock pot conversations, again, playing off the crock pot, is because literally you can almost throw anything into the crock pot, and you can get something delicious out of that.
Mhm.
And so, man, I talk about a wide range of topics: money matters, family matters, like I said, love, marriage, job, dream, etc. It's all in there.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask you, what are some of your relationship tips that you talk about in your book and that you have given in your crock pod conversations?
Well, let me ask this question. Like, and I know you're married, but you have a book for singles. Like, she's going to ask you about these relationship stuff, but how did you even come by to say, hey, this would be a great idea for a book?
Well, see, that's the thing. That's kind of a misconception, because the book Relation Tips is actually for whether you're single, dating, engaged, or married.
There you go.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, there's
Get me
literally
straight,
something in
brother.
there.
Let me know.
Yeah,
Let me know.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's literally something in there, regardless of where you find yourself on that relationship spectrum. And so, and a lot of singles, no doubt, have grabbed it up and flocked to it. But I've had a lot of married people also read it and tell me that they really grew from it and learned from it. But to answer your question, man, about being married, yeah, kind of writing a book that could be seen as heavily single. The best way I can answer it is this: before I was married, what was I?
Yeah, brother. I would hope you would be single. That's how it works, right?
There you go. There you go. So I had a pretty extensive singlehood or single experience that I could draw from to kind of talk about in that book. And so it was all of that, plus it was some case studies from some clients I had coached and some people that I knew who I talked to about relationship issues. And at the time I wrote it, I was 5 years into my marriage. And so I had a wide array or a wide range of experience to pull
Yeah,
from.
dog. Year number 5 will give you a lot of experience to talk about. Yes, sir. Yes,
No
sir.
doubt,
Hey,
no doubt.
listen, it's nothing like having a married person give you advice about being single, married, or whatever. They know some stuff, good or
Oh yeah,
bad. They know some stuff.
Okay,
Um,
Strick,
for sure.
Hush, let him give some advice, please. I want to know. I'm 8 years married, but I still would take the relationship advice.
hey,
Advice.
I've been trying to give you advice for your whole life,
Okay.
and you won't take it.
I need someone else that I think they know what they talking about.
Okay,
Advice. Now he
there
get
you
paid
go.
for this. I'm gonna ask him. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
So, Mr. Sparks, please.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that I've learned, and something I truly make sure to get across to singles as well as married people, is that whoever you're with, that person is meant to complement you and not complete you.
That's
So
good.
many people, like, they feel like, when I get married, or when I find my soulmate, I'll be complete. Well, my thing is this: what happens if that person never comes? But more importantly, what happens if you're married, the marriage doesn't work out, the relationship doesn't work out? Does that mean that you go around living your life as an incomplete person?
Ooh, that's good,
Mhm.
I
man.
don't
That's
think so.
good.
And so the way I liken it to peanut butter and jelly. When you think about it, jelly can stand on its own. Peanut butter can stand on its own. You can put peanut butter on bread, on apples, on crackers. You can put jelly on toast and on other things. And so both of them are already amazing by themselves. And so when they come together, all they do is become more amazing.
But
And
when you
so
put them together, like,
that's
listen, I
it.
can preach
That's
that
it.
with you, brother. Put
That's
that
it.
peanut butter and that jelly together.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the whole concept. And so they're complements to each other. But if peanut butter never found jelly, peanut butter would still exist, jelly would still exist, and they'd still be great by themselves.
That's
Hey,
good.
that's why, Alo, I want to tell you, I want to stop Anthony right now. That's why I have him on the show today. Just that
That's
one simple principle broken down that way, everybody could get it. I heard him speak at the church, and I'm like, wow, my mouth is open. I did not know, I didn't know, like I knew of him, but I didn't know the talent and all that he had inside as a communicator. And now seeing him as an author, as a speaker, uh, as a certified development coach. Like I see all of this, and now not only he's a content creator with his podcast, he's getting out there, he's doing it full time, and I really want everybody to know who he is, what he's doing, and to support him. Like, but I say I want everybody to know. Everybody may already know him. Like you're
Nah,
getting calls from all over the place, and then I'll just say it like this: just go ahead and give a quick little resume. Just in, I guess 2019, because everybody got slowed down in 2020. Like some of the places that you had an opportunity to speak at, people called you in for conferences. You were a guest speaker at these places, facilities, and groups. Just kind of give us a couple of them.
man, I've been blessed, man, to really speak at so many different places, man, from like I said, conferences to workshops to worship services, seminars, corporate retreats. A few places just off the top of my head, man. I've spoken for all the major libraries in the Jefferson County area. And that's crazy because when you think about it, you're talking about Birmingham, Homewood, Hoover, Vestavia, so many different um, um, backgrounds and walks of life and people that are represented in those places. And so did that, man. Man. Troy University, Alabama A&M, the municipal court conference for the entire state of Alabama, and on top of that, man, it's expanded even with the podcast because when I think about it, man, I told my wife the other day that podcasting is a way to speak and reach an audience without necessarily, quote unquote, having to be invited,
Right.
like you would for a speaking engagement. And so, man, just in the year that I've had the podcast, man, we're now being heard in 20 countries across 6 different continents, uh,
Nice.
That's
which is
amazing.
which for me, man, blows my mind because I'm just a little dude from Birmingham. So
Right.
to know that it's folks from in Europe and Australia and Argentina and the Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago and South Africa and the Netherlands, I'm like, some of these places I will never set foot in, but my words are already there, and that's an
Wow.
humbling thought, man. And so,
Wow.
it's been a whirlwind since I've taken this journey full time, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
I
Wow.
absolutely love it. I love the fact that you are a content creator. I personally have a couple of books inside of me, and that's where they want to stay. Like I'm fighting with the books to come out. Like I'm
Yeah.
literally fighting with these books. Hey, you got to come out and get on paper, but you've already crossed that mountain. And one of the things that you say you do as a coach is
Hmm.
you help people be able to take their ideas and actually implement them. Like you
Yep.
take them from A to Z
Yep.
through the program, and that's something else that you do. How can people get into a program like that for you to be their coach?
Yeah.
Wait. I have a question. What
Okay.
is a development coach?
So you
It's
know how? Hey, Anthony, let me
Can
take
okay.
you
this. No, no,
answer
no, 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 no. Hey, let me help you with
it?
this,
Answer it.
okay? You know how you take your son Sam to school?
Okay.
He's being
Mhm.
developed there, and the
Okay.
teacher is kind of like a coach.
Well, that's great. Can he answer?
Yeah. Now, after I said my great definition of what it is, go right ahead.
I can't.
No, no, you're right on point, man. And honestly, both of y'all are, because all it's just interchangeable. Sometimes I say life coach, sometimes I say development coach. Either way, it's
Okay.
just it's all, yeah, it's all the same thing. Life coach, development coach. Yeah, that's it.
Got you.
So, how can people actually get? Hey, do you have a question? Am I interrupting your question?
Live your life, Strick. It's Strick City. I'm
No,
just here.
no, no, listen, because it might be the same question. I just jump right in.
No. We good. We're flowing, man. We live.
So the question is, how can people get in contact with you about, like, how do you choose who you do life coaching, life coaching development with, all that with? How do you choose those people?
Um, well, folks can contact me directly through my website, which is just simply anthonydsparks.com.
Hmm.
They can reach out to me through that, or if they follow me on social media, I'm no stranger to a DM or whatever. So that's cool too. They can reach out either way. However they can get in touch with me is perfectly fine. But to answer that question in terms of how I decide who to work with, man, honestly, I've worked with. I'm talking about a wide range of people, man. I mean, I've worked from the single parent all the way up to the CEO. Have had experience where I mean I've had the privilege of coaching ministers, law enforcement, healthcare professionals, educators, professors, directors, vice presidents, and really once they reach out to me, I can pretty much know, within a conversation if this is somebody who one is serious about moving forward in whatever area they're looking into, and two, if I can be the one to help get them there. And so if we vibe pretty well, if there's a pretty good rapport between us in that initial conversation, and if I feel like I can really add value and contribute to their life, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Now, one thing is this: I am not one of those folks, man, who I don't believe that all money is good money.
Oh,
Um,
good.
and so one thing I will never do is I will never hustle anybody. I'll tell people straight up, if I don't think that I can meet the need and I know somebody who can, or even if I don't know anybody who can, I'll just tell them straight up, I would love to, but I can't, because man, my integrity in this business, man, means everything, and I don't risk that for a dollar because a name is worth more than gold, and so I want my name in the industry. I want my name as a coach to always be above board, beyond reproach, and the way I do that is by making sure that I operate with integrity, and so that's how we do it.
Nice.
One of the reasons why I started down this road with reaching out to people that are content creators or people that I admire the work that they do, it was a video that I watched that stemmed out of the Last Dance with Michael Jordan. So if you watch Michael Jordan, you think he's a normal basketball player. He's just a little more superior. To be honest with you, he would tell you that he wasn't any more skillful. He just worked harder and he had a
Hmm.
desire to be the best. But his
Hmm.
desire to be the best led him to do something that very few players were doing at the time, which is hire his own strength and
Hmm.
training development person.
Yep.
So he
Mm.
didn't want somebody that the Bulls hired
Right.
because it's just it was what the Bulls were doing. He wanted somebody just for him, and he
Right.
hired a guy. And this guy's business right now is still like he is the
Oh yeah.
same training coach that after Michael Jordan retired, he did the same thing with Kobe Bryant. Like this one guy
Yep.
trained both of these stellar athletes, and if anybody is trying to be a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant, like
Sure.
all you got to do is check that one box, get somebody that can personally train you. So let's put that in the real world. Like you want to
Yep.
be the
That's it.
best CEO. You want to be the best boss. You want to be the best minister. You want to be the best teacher. You want to be the best whatever. And if you don't have a coach, you may be missing
That's it.
one box that can help you get to the next level.
Yep. Can I
That
let me say something on that? Can I say something on that, Strick?
sure.
Man, you hit it dead on the head. I
No, no,
liken
no.
life
Hold
coach.
on 1 second. Can you repeat what you just said for me?
Oh Lord.
For you, I will. You hit it dead on the
Thank
head,
you.
man.
Thank you so very much.
Absolutely. And that is, I always liken life coaching, man, to coaching in sports. And my thing is this: whenever you see an amazing athlete, Jordan, LeBron, Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, the list goes on and on in terms of greatness when it comes to athletics. But here's the thing, man. You would not know anything about those guys, anything about those athletes, if it was not for the coach. Because Jordan was always Jordan, but he didn't become the Jordan we knew until he got the right coach,
Right.
Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson came along, he pulled something out of Jordan that Doug Collins couldn't get out of him at first.
Right.
All right. That doesn't mean Doug Collins was a bad coach. It just means that Phil Jackson was the coach that Jordan needed. And so I
Mm.
believe the same thing, man. I think everybody can benefit from a coach. So many times, man, we think that we're astute enough, we're smart enough, we're intelligent, we're wise enough that we can just kind of figure this thing out on our own. And so many times, man, we either mess up or we get so far in life, or we mature, we get older, etc. And we look back and we're like, man, I could have accomplished so much more than I did. And the
Yeah.
thing is, we're trying to do it alone
Hmm.
when there are people that exist to help us get to the next level. All we got to do in some cases is humble ourselves and say, you know what, I need somebody else to help me take this ride.
Yeah.
Um, if we do that, man, oh my gosh, there's no telling how far we can go. Um, Even coaches need coaches.
Mm.
And
That's
so
right.
and so if a coach needs a coach, then just think about how everybody else is out here just kind of wandering around feeling like, I figured it out on my own. Okay, cool. You might, but you might not.
Right.
So I think everybody can benefit from a coach, man. Plain and simple.
Hey y'all, this is great information. Nobody has shared their Cash App yet, and I know you guys are sharing. Go ahead and share this video again and drop your Cash App before we get offline, y'all. This is some great information, and you never know, even if you got it all together, share this video. Somebody else can be blessed for it. He's already dropping gems. He's dropping relationship gems. He's dropping life gems. Y'all share this video. It's a good one.
And that is
So
so true. I go ahead, A.
yes, I have to ask too because I want to make sure we talk about everything because you have a lot of hats that you wear. I saw something on your website called a speaker kit. What
Mhm.
is speaker kit?
Speaker kit is just whenever someone wants to maybe look at inviting me out to speak.
Mm.
The speaker kit is just kind of an informational packet
Oh,
that they can just access from there, and they can just kind of look at who Anthony is, what he does, what he offers, that kind of thing. That's all.
you know what? I thought it was something deeper because I saw that you write speeches for
Right.
people too. So I was putting that together like maybe you come up with some type of kit to like help them get their speeches on point or something. Okay, so I definitely missed that.
Well, no, but that's a great point. That's a great question, kind of that you asked, because I do that as well. That's a part of the coaching. That's under my coaching umbrella. When it comes to the content creation piece,
Mm.
speech writing is included in that. Speech writing, books, podcasting, etc. If anybody feels like they want to be a speaker, or they want to be an author, or they want to start and make a successful podcast, I
Mm.
offer coaching in those three areas. As a matter of fact, with the ghostwriting thing, when it comes to the books and authoring, um, I've written for myself, four of my own books,
Mm.
but I've been involved in the creation of 11 books. So,
Wow.
yeah, so I've had the privilege of ghostwriting two, and I've contributed to another, what, five, I think. So, So yeah, so all that is included in the content creation. Because here's the thing: what Strick said about having a book in him. Truth be told, all of us have a book in us.
Mhm.
All of us have a book in us. All of us have a message in us. All of us have a podcast in us. It's just a matter of getting over the hump of feeling like people want to hear what I have to say.
Mm.
And and the answer is, in my opinion, unequivocally yes. There is somebody out there. Everybody has an audience. It's just a matter of finding them and then giving them what they're looking for from you.
Well, it's really from my side the book, and I have a couple of books that I know I want to write, all right. But it's more for me, like it's a goal in life that I have, and it's that goal that it would stretch me to do it. I want to do it like manually, organically. I want
Oh
to
yeah.
get it out, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
Um, there's a bunch of different ways to do it, but that's what's in my mind. The time that it will take me, because it's not my best strong suit to actually sit down and write. So to do it, I mean, it'll be a huge accomplishment, and hopefully something that I will continue to do, because I really do think it's probably more like 3 or 4 that I want to do all together. I just got to get to that one. Like
Yeah.
literally the other day, I was thinking, I said I was gonna call my book "Everything That I Know" because I just want to write down everything I know on a book and say, "Buy this book." What is it, Strict? What is everything that I know right now? You got it
Yeah.
all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just as an opportunity to add content to the world, there is one book that I want to write just for like family. This is an idea I'm giving to everybody. You know, how many of us have got like granddad information about what he thought and how he was able to gain his
Hmm.
wealth? You like, how do we in the black community pass down information about how
Yeah.
to live? Like, what do we believe? Like, why do we believe that? You know, because right now somebody can question like I'm not talking politics, but I'm gonna throw this in. Somebody can question like why we all Democratic and like why we go that direction. Well, somebody need to say like what happened 30, 40, 50 years ago to have us going down that direction in our family that we believe that's part of our bloodline. So that's one
Hmm.
of the books that I want to write, just helping my children's children know what their grandfather in his young age at 29 thought about the world.
Lord. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're definitely not 29, but yeah. But yeah.
strict, strict. You putting too much pressure on yourself, man.
I'm
Like
sure. I'm
it's
sure. I'm
it's
sure I am.
it's intimidating, man, when you think about, okay, I got to sit down and write, and I got to do this for an hour or 30 minutes at a time, blah 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 blah. Man, I would simply say utilize that thing that we carry with us wherever we go. Use that cell phone. When an idea comes up, blah 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 blah, bang it out on them keys, put it in your notes app, whatever. And before long, if you do that every time an idea hits, man, you'll realize you already got at least a chapter or two done.
Wow.
I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah,
I believe it's as easy in some cases with Google now and our phones, the whole dictation thing. I don't even have to write it with my
absolutely.
thumbs.
There
I
you
could
go.
just
There
say
you
it
go.
in the notes app all of that. And that's where, you know what?
Oh,
That's where I think even for me, a life coach could help.
yeah.
I'm one of those kind of people that I believe in these concepts, but you can't believe in the concept and not be working on it. You know what I'm
Right.
That's
saying?
right.
Like I
Right.
That's
can't
right.
say, hey, you need a coach and don't have a coach. Like that's don't
There you go.
and we
There
say
you go.
coach, but you know, sometimes those coaches, and if we can get over the word like mentors, like we always think like a mentor's gotta be web. Sometimes a coach can help you in ways a mentor can't because they're holding your hand through particular season in your life where a mentor is like, hey, you seen where I'm going. I can tell you how I got there and I can give you a connect to get to where you want to be. But that's not holding your hand through whatever the life situation is. Am I wrong
There
in
you go.
saying that?
Nope, you're dead on. Dead on. That's it. That's it. A coach is with you, is walking on the journey with you. I'm not up ahead saying, hey, come on. I'm literally wherever I am, whether you're in front of me or behind me, I come right there where you are, and we gonna walk that thing together. So yeah, that's exactly right.
That's what's up. Mr. Sparks, do you have any mentors or any coaches in your life?
Oh, for sure. Like I said, every coach needs a coach. Uh,
What?
and so two of my most impactful and influential coaches, mentors, whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna call them coaches, although they can be both. But I'm gonna cheat and say that my dad and my uncle are my biggest two. I can literally bounce whatever off of them, and they can give me some amazing feedback. They have given me amazing feedback that's helped me in ways that they don't even realize, I'm sure. But those are the first two that come to mind, and of course, with them being in my family, that's kind of the low hanging fruit, a bit of a cheat code. But aside from them, somebody who is also a coach, or one of my coaches is Tony Gaskins. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Yeah. So Tony Gaskins was my coach, and he honestly, and he actually, I got, of the two certifications I got, one of them is through him,
Mhm.
and matter of fact, I have the privilege of being featured on his coaching site, so Tony has been a huge help, just kind of getting me to where I am now. So I would say, just off the cuff, off top, those three: dad, uncle, Tony Gaskins. Dad and uncle for a lot of life and just kind of practical, being a good man and advancing in life. And Tony from the perspective of, how to be a good coach, how to handle and run a coaching business that's built off of integrity and that's actually making an impact in people's lives. So those three for sure. I've got more, but those three for sure, off top.
Man,
Nice.
that's what's up. So A, we talked about the book thing, and I have a young lady by the name of Gloria Williams that's in the comments who agreed with me, that says that she's working on a book, that she
Nice.
has some things inside her she wants to get out. But not only that, she shared and dropped her cash app, and guess what I did, A?
Uh-oh. What did you
I
do,
already
Strick?
I already
Did
sent
you
her the
do it?
cash app. She's a winner for the night. Like, she did it.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yay!
Nice.
Congratulations.
I don't know
Yeah.
why people are so afraid of sharing a cash app now. It's not. I mean, it's not like your bank account like that. Like,
Right.
it should be. You give it out. You know what I'm saying? Drop the QR code in there or something, and you could be the winner. Now, of course,
Yeah.
the reason why we do that and we really push it is not just to draw numbers, but I really listen. I have asked some of the best people in Birmingham that I know to be a part of this show. And I'm not just showing off by all these people I know. Some of them I know well, and some of them I don't know so well. But just like Anthony Sparks here, like, I don't know him that well. I know of his material and his content, and I know what he's doing. And to be able to share that with other people is a blessing for me, because not only do me and A get a chance to get good stuff like today, if you watch today and you don't get anything but the peanut butter and jelly analogy, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's enough good content that you can kind of eat off of. So I'm saying that to say that I appreciate who you are and what you're giving out to people, and I just think there's so much more on the horizon for you.
Bless you, bro. I appreciate that. I receive it, man. And thank you, man, for just being an absolute champion, man. You are, man, and for as long as I've known you, I think we connected, like you said, at the Star, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But man, you just have a servant's heart, brother. And I just greatly appreciate you, man, for just doing what you do and just being the blessing that you are. So I appreciate you, brother.
Man, we wanna go to the moon, but we don't want to go by ourselves, man. We want to
That's
take
right.
people with us. And
That's right.
if somebody's out there doing something that's great, and there is a sense of awareness that we can bring by this show, like, I want to be able to do that. People have
Yeah.
watched this show and have responded. Like, I've said this before. Hey, I don't know if me and you talked about it, but there are other agencies that have reached out to me on behalf of their clients to get them on this show. That's a huge
Wow.
thing for me,
That
for
is.
somebody else to watch it and say, "Hey, this guy is doing some major things. I want my client to be on his show." That's
Yeah.
big.
That is. That's what's up.
We get a chance
God
to
is
do it and kind of show off people. And of course, me doing it with A Lo is always a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, you were about to say something, and I cut you off again.
Well, I had one last question to ask because I know you are, I don't want to say a motivational speaker, but I know you are a speaker. 2020 has been kind of a rough year for
Mhm.
all of us. What kind of advice do you have to give us to be encouraged throughout this time? Something to just leave the people on a good, positive note.
Yeah, no doubt.
How to stay encouraged.
That's a great question. And let me say too, this is as far as I know, this is our first time meeting, and you have been an absolute breath of fresh air. It's been great to meet you, great to share with you, and so
You.
I hope to see you some more in the future. So I
Yes.
appreciate you.
Yes.
But yeah, 2020
Thank
has been it's been tough. But I
you.
guess if I had to leave one thing with people in the midst of this pandemic, I would say this, and it's going to sound a little crazy, but I would want to tell everybody, don't waste the pandemic.
Mm.
Don't waste it. And what I mean is, while there has been a lot of damage done, no doubt. Like people have suffered, 170,000 plus have died. That is nothing to take lightly at all. It's been a tough time for a lot of people. Um, but if you're still here, if you're still on this earth, then where we are right now, if all we do in the midst of this situation is say, I can't wait to go to get to things get back to normal, we've already missed or messed up the blessing that can be found in this thing. And what I mean is, COVID came, COVID hit, and while a lot shifted, I guess, negatively, a lot has also shifted positively. For me, I've had the chance to really just kick it with my family. Me and my wife, we celebrated our 10-year anniversary in the midst of the pandemic.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to just really connect and love on and spend time with my boys. We got two boys that are 8 years old and 3 years old. Had a chance to do that. I've had a chance to knock some stuff out that's been on the back burner during this whole thing. And so there's a lot that's happened that's been negative for sure. But again, I realize that I'm still here because there's something that I'm supposed to be able to get out of this situation that's going to propel me forward once it is over, whenever it
Yeah.
is. And so the same thing applies to everybody else. If you're still here, if you still have breath in your body, regardless of what the situation is, regardless of the job situation, the money situation, etc., this is a time that should not be wasted because this is a time you can use to really recalibrate, reset, reframe, so that when it is over, you will come out better than when you went in. And I truly believe, I know in my heart of hearts that pre-COVID is going to have nothing on my life post-COVID. And that's
Mhm.
because I'm not going to waste this pandemic. I'm not going to sit around saying, oh, I can't wait till this is over and things open back up and we can. No, what can you do right now in this season, in this situation to move forward? If you tap into that, you'll find that you won't be looking to get back to normal. You're going to be looking forward to your new normal. And that's the key right there.
Mhm. That's good. I love that. That just motivated me.
It should. That's
That
good
just
stuff
motivated.
right there.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. And before you go, so you have to let everybody know how to get in contact with you. So if you can let us know what your website is and how to reach you on your social media sites.
Absolutely. The website is just simply www.anthonyd as in David Sparks.com.
Mhm.
Social media is the same thing. Just at Anthony D Sparks. I tried to make it super easy, and so everything is just simply my name. Website, social media, email. I mean, I try to eliminate or as few barriers to entry as possible. So I can be reached through any of those mediums, and hey, I'm always open, always loving to get in touch with people, talk to people, meet new people, and see what I can do to help them advance to get to where they want to go. So
That's what's up. Hey, we really appreciate you taking the time, and I guess this conversation today was more for me than for anybody else. If you want to write a book, if you want to be a speaker, if you want to be a content creator, what should you do? First step is get around other people. There's written books that are speakers, that are content creators, and just that energy from what they are doing will spill off a little bit, and you get a chance to talk shop. You just know what would come out of that conversation. So I'm an absolutely loving this conversation tonight and all the information you gave as well. I'm reaching out to other content creators too. So if you're out there and you got a podcast, you're doing a real Facebook Live, not just your phone thing, but you got a real show that you're trying to produce, I want to know who you are. I want to have you on my show as a guest so that people will know that you're doing some things in the city. And who knows, man? You could be like Anthony D. Sparks. You can definitely go to his website, anthonydsparks.com, and check him out. And listen, copy his site. Like everything he got there, just copy it, put your pictures up there, and keep it moving. The site is awesome. You know what I'm saying? It's so well put together. You know, before you do that, join his email club so he can send you all the information about where he's at, what he's doing, and he can tell you how you can support him as well. Dude, I am really inspired by what you're doing. And I pray God's blessing on you and your family. And I know you've already said that you're going to be better after the pandemic. Guess what? I'm right there with you. I'm taking A-Lo with me as well. We all going to be better after this pandemic. I had a little extra time when the pandemic started, and I decided that what I had been waiting on doing, which is a show like this, I might as well do it now. So Strick City Live was birthed out of the pandemic. So if I'm doing this show and I got something that's archived on YouTube, so people can go to YouTube, Strick City Live, and find all the shows. But if I got the video, guess what I also have? I have the audio. So I take the audio and I bump it down to Anchor as well. So I got a podcast there. So what I'm trying to do is just, as much as I can, cover all of the content mediums that people can actually hear what we're doing, and I'm doing it with people that I want to do it with, and I'm enjoying it, and I already know, just like what you said, it's going to be better after the pandemic. So God bless you, man. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us tonight.
Man, it's been my pleasure, man. Y'all have been absolutely awesome. Thank y'all for the opportunity.
Hey,
no problem. Hold what you got real quick. Hey, it has been a great night. Like, were you not encouraged by that?
No, I really, 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 really was, especially that last bit, because, I mean, I just got back in the gym.
Okay,
so,
Hey, I'm going to do one push-up for you tonight.
Do that one push-up. Yeah, you working on that. But
that's what's
but
up.
no, it's been a great show. So hopefully our listeners, they got something out of it just as much as we did. Because, I mean, Strick City, you don't do nothing but get better and better, man. That's what we do.
That's what we do. That's what we do. And we want to encourage people along the way. I want everybody to come with me because we going up. You know, just like them prices on your shirt.
Prices going up. Hey, yes, shouts out to GI Magus again. We appreciate you, love you. And so our viewers, we love you guys too. A-Lo is back, at least for tonight.
So my wife's birthday is tomorrow. I gotta repeat this. Listen, I want you to buy birthday presents for you from her. How can you do it? KimScottMusic.com. Go on, and there is a birthday bundle where you get the Block Party Radio T-shirt, you get the coffee mug, you get the new CD, and there's something else that she has in there she's going to give you for the birthday price. Again, that's KimScottMusic.com. Go check it out, and it'll be a birthday present for her and for you.
Yes.
That's what's up, man. Hey, y'all know what to do. Y'all got to see us. I won't be on Thursday. So next Tuesday, next week is a crazy lineup. I'll be introducing the lineup on Sunday. So be watching out for that. A-Lo, thanks for hanging out. And you know what you got? It's your boy Strick. And this is Strick City Live.